You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. Welcome to the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, Oklahoma, for tonight's NCAA gymnastics meet featuring the top two teams in the country, the four-time national champs, the Oklahoma Sooners, as they welcome the reigning NCAA champs, the Michigan Wolverines. Let's take a look back to last year's championship. Oklahoma and Michigan were tied going into their final rotation. Olivia Troutman finished with a 9.9375 on floor in that anchor spot for OU. Then Abby Heiskell needed a 9.85 on beam for Michigan to win, and she delivered a 9.925. Michigan won its first national championship in program history by less than a tenth of a point. Hi everybody, I'm Bart Connor along with my fellow Olympic medalist Kathy Johnson-Clark. Kathy, we were there. That was a thrilling event, and how exciting to be here in Norman tonight. A dream matchup. Number 1 versus number 2, and we're in prime time. What are you most looking forward to tonight?
So these two teams have consistently scored the highest all season long, so I'm most interested to see how they score going head-to-head in the same arena with the same judges. Additionally, we have the top-ranked gymnasts on 3 of the 4 events, and on the 4th event, we have 7 of the top 10 vaulters. So the quality is something I'm really excited about. How they compete, those quality routines under the pressure of a 1-2 matchup, that's why we're here.
Well, let's talk about how good these two teams are. Look at these event rankings. Michigan is the top-ranked team in the country on vault, bars, and floor. The only one they're not number 1 on happens to be the beam, and guess what? That is the Sooners. So we have an outstanding matchup set up tonight. Now, Michigan might be hungry coming off their lowest score of the season last week. For more, let's go down to Sam Peshek.
Yeah, Mark, Michigan is hungry in tonight's competition. They've been nearly perfect all season long until last weekend when they had 3 uncharacteristic falls on vault. The gymnastics community was shocked, but actually head coach Beth Flocky said that in a weird way she's happy that it happened because she feels like it makes them a little bit more human and it takes the pressure off just a bit. But they want to bounce back in a big way. And Bart, I watched warm-ups and they came to play. But you know what? So did Oklahoma. So game on.
Game on is right, Sam. Thank you very much. And it's a big night for 5 Oklahoma seniors. They'll be celebrated. This is senior night in Norman. And look at what their accomplishments are. National champions, 2-time Big 12 titles, 3 NCAA regional titles, 13 All-Americans among these 5 young ladies. And get this, they've never lost a home meet in their careers here at OU. So when we come back, we'll get underway. Oklahoma needs a strong showing on the vault, and that's where they'll start. And Michigan, the number 1 team in the nation, will open up on the bars. It's going to be great. Meet championships have been won by Oklahoma and Michigan. Michigan won their first title in program history last year, and Oklahoma won 4 titles going back to 2014 when they shared the title with Florida. I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark and Sam Peshek. A huge crowd on hand tonight supporting the Oklahoma Sooners on senior night, and this is dual meet competition. So a quick reminder on how this goes. Each team puts up 6 athletes on each event. You count just the top 5 scores of those 6 towards the team total. Oklahoma will open up on vault, and Michigan will open up on the bars. Sheridan Ramsey is first to go, the freshman from Tulsa, Oklahoma, with a season high 9.875.
They're ranked 4th on this event. She opens with a Yurchenko full and a stuck landing to get things started. Oh my gosh. So that's a 9.95 start value vault. That's the maximum score that that full can score if it's perfect. She gave very little away. Certainly not on the landing when she did not move those feet.
Abby Brenner, the senior for Michigan, will open up on the bars, and this is an incredible team, the number 1 team in the nation on this event.
Every handstand is so important. They have to hit it right in that vertical position. You want to see perfectly straight legs, pointed toes throughout everything. Here's her dismount, double layout, just a slight hop back.
She certainly brings a lot of energy to the Wolverines. Let's go down to Sam.
Well, every team needs a good leadoff, but what's special about Abby Brenner is actually her spirit. She likes to be first, so she doesn't have to waste any energy when she's cheering for her teammates. You'll have to watch her on the sidelines.
All right, the score for Sheridan Ramsey for the Sooners, a 9.775. That brings up Allie Stern. She scored a perfect 10 before.
Yurchenko 1.5. It's a 10-0 start. Value a step on that landing. A nicely executed vault in the air.
She scored a perfect 10 in the first meet of the season here at OU.
And the judges sit right on the side. They are looking for amplitude, these big vaults. So a huge block off the table, good height and distance.
Naomi Morrison, the sophomore from Chandler, Arizona now for Michigan.
She's going to open after this pass to handstand with the Ginger. It's a flyaway with a half twist. Look at the great form. Kept those legs glued together. Clear hip a little bit off. She had to save that handstand, but she was going for a perfectly vertical position. Final handstand, well done. Big dismount, double leg.
Oh, wow.
Superb landing.
Incredible. She's made huge progress since last year. And she's really one of the MVPs on this team, Kathy.
The judges really look for those handstands right up on top of the bar. And more, you really want to see perfectly straight legs, no pike in the hips at all in the handstands, and a landing like that to punctuate a great routine.
Her teammate Abby Brenner led them off with a 9.875. Allie Stern's vault for the Sooners, a 9.85, which brings up the phenomenal freshman Jordan Bowers.
Ranked 4th in the nation on this event. 1.5.
Oh, my.
That was
Money.
outrageous.
Oh, man, they're already on their feet here in the Lloyd Noble Center.
Oh, my word. What a gorgeous landing. That was just so well done. Slightly soft in the knees, but going by so fast, it's hard to say what the judges see. Nope, they gave it a 10.
Oh, my. What a way to start this one off in Norman. After a 9.775 for Ramsey and a 9.85 for Stern. A perfect 10 for freshman Jordan Bowers, her first of her career.
Abbey High School off to an incredible start. A perfect first cast to handstand. I love the technique in this bar routine. Straight arm work, a gorgeous high-flying pack salto down to the low bar. And nails that. That is a perfect handstand. Perfectly flat back. No angles in the shoulders and the hips.
Oh, yeah.
And nailed the landing. This is going to be like, you go, I'm going to be one better. I'm just going to keep up in the game here.
Well, these are the two finest teams in the country, and they're already getting a thrill in this first rotation. Kat Lavasser, she herself has scored a perfect 10 in that first meet of the year.
She nailed it right out of the gates. So the important thing is not to get ahead of herself here. Do a big vault first, and then go for the landing. Didn't quite get it here. Had beautiful distance from the table. That was excellent.
Let's go down to Sam.
I just had a chance to speak with Jordan Bowers on her very first 10, and she said that she just could feel it before she even went for it. She said, I knew if I just did my normal, I was going to stick it and score 10.
What a thrill for the freshman here. The Sooners need their best performance to go against Michigan, the reigning national champions, and both teams are delivering. 2 9.875s for Michigan on the bars. Sierra Brooks comes up now.
A very aggressive bar swinger. Nice blind change. Height, Jaeger, very difficult. Whoa, almost overpassed that handstand.
That takes guts. Wow.
Really going for these handstands so aggressively. You're like right on that razor's edge. Little bit of a sway in her back, but wow, I love that dismount. So difficult, full twisting, double layup. She was tiny bit short on the rotation, so she had to hop forward, but the best difficulty. And check that out. She had to duck her head in and push through those shoulders to pull it back on top. They'll take a slight deduction for that. And the highlight for me, always that dismount. So difficult.
Danny Severs will be next up for the Sooners on vault. She had a stress fracture in December. She's really coming on late in the season, was in 3 events last week, and looking terrific here.
She trained this 1.5 well and had a great warm-up, so they're counting on her to come up with a big one. I know they'll be happy with that one.
KJ Kindler, the leader of the Oklahoma Sooners in her 16th year here. Look at that home record. I don't think there's any coach in any sport that can boast a home record better than that. 125-4 at home, 58 wins straight since 2014. Their last loss was against LSU back then. Natalie Wojcik.
With just immaculate form and a high-flying Delchev. One of the coolest moves in NCAA gymnastics, I gotta tell you. Gorgeous toe point, exquisite straight legs, double out. She took it out a little bit, but wow, did she find that landing? That was superb.
Both of these teams are pouring it on here.
Natalie's ranked 4th in the nation on this event, and it's all based on her superb technique and form from start to finish.
Final vaulter for the Sooners coming after 2 straight 9.8 2.5s is freshman Danae Fletcher. She had a big meet last week against Florida.
Throwing a 1.5 here, too.
Wow! Oh, my!
Got the stick!
Oh, look at her face!
Oh, she was hoping for that. She had a good one in the warm-ups, and she just did it even better here. This is the vault. This is the angle that the coaches have, that the judges have.
Unreal.
She held on to that stick. Tiny bit of soft in the knees, but oh, her face at the end says it all.
No one was more surprised than her. Let's go down to Sam.
Yeah, guys, that was her very first time doing a 1.5 in competition. Coaches said they weren't sure if she was quite ready, but I think that proves that she is.
This is JC Gore coming after Natalie Wojcik got a really nice 9.95.
Yep, she was a little off on that first flight transition from low to high. Didn't have enough backswing and had to take an extra swing to get back into the routine.
Unlucky for the young lady who is 2-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week. She has a season high 9.925 here, but not to be in this rotation.
Finished strong, but fortunately Michigan have 5 strong scores so far in bars.
Score for Danae Fletcher on vault for that terrific 1.5 was a 9.95. So both of these teams have 5 incredible scores that will add into their team rotation. They dropped that 6th score. And when we come back, we'll update you. Looks like we're tied after 1. Remember, it's 1 versus 2. It's not going to get any better than this.